Boats Underground. We're here. We got Matt and Shanks from the band
Sure do.
Simple Stone,
Yeah,
Australia.
Jimbo.
Simple Stone. What's up, guys?
How you doing, Jimmy?
Hey, man.
Yeah, man, doing good.
Good. I interviewed a band from New Zealand once, and it was 14 hours
yeah.
difference. What are you guys?
Yeah, it's
we'd
11
be-
o'clock in the
yeah.
morning here, man, on Friday.
So we'd be 11 or
Yeah,
12 hours.
it's 7 in the evening Thursday, so
Yeah.
you guys are in the future to all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're about to drink your future beers for lunch.
Oh shit.
It's a good place.
That's cool. I had a buddy that was stationed in Australia, and he said he went AWOL because the women are. He said there's a lot of women over there.
I guess.
But we're gonna start out. We're gonna play a track. It's off their last album, that's Through the Darkness, right?
Yeah, through this dark. Yeah.
Through the Dark. Okay, well I didn't write that down. I was going off memory. So
It's all right.
yeah, we're gonna play the song called Beginning. We'll start it off with that, and then we'll get in here and talk to these guys for a little bit.
Nice.
Everybody get in, grab your beers, and get settled in.
All that I'm wanting this time is this elusive peace of mind. One's gesture, this time round is seeming so unkind. Well, I've got something on my mind. It's been there for so long. I've got something on my mind. It's been there from the beginning. Out on the street, I need a light to show the map that I'm holding. I'm lying naked on the ground with my whole life unfolding. I've got something on my mind. It's been there for so long. I've got something on my mind. It's been there from the beginning. I can't even look myself in the mirror. These eyes know exactly what's inside. Sometimes I feel like I'm lost. Feels like I'm chasing ghosts, chasing round and round in circles. Oh, sometimes I feel like I'm estranged. Feel like the winds are high and coming down right on top of me. Sometimes I feel like I'm insane. Yeah.
All right, man. That's a jamming song. When I started listening to your guys' stuff, I seen what the sounds like or influences whatever in your electronics press kit, but when I started listening to it, man, I hear all kinds of different stuff, but I definitely hear like the stuff I grew up on in the late '90s and shit. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the aim, man.
I hear Ed from Live in the vocals, man. I mean,
Yeah.
and that's dope.
We get Ed and we get Mike Patton references.
Oh, that's Mike Patton's one of my favorites in the world, but
yeah, dude,
I can see his high voice.
Yeah.
So you guys have been around for a little bit, huh?
Yeah, we've been around for a while. Yeah. Yeah.
Same three.
No, there's been a lineup change. Shanks and I have been together for quite some time. And Bowie's been with us for about 2 years, our drummer. So yeah, he sort of rounded it out, and it had been a while since we'd had a full-time drummer. I was using a session guy for a really long period of time. We were both using a session guy for a long period of time, but when Bowie joined, it was just good to feel like home again. Feel like a unit, feel like someone's contributing, and it was a really good injection of energy.
Nice. Yeah, that definitely is an important thing to get that factor in, that everybody having that something that they bring to the table.
Yeah.
So
it was interesting.
How do you guys go ahead?
Interesting that you chose beginning. You obviously deep dived, so that was nice. Thank you.
It's a great track.
It's a good track that doesn't get enough attention, but yeah.
It's probably due a
lyric. I'll tell you, when I listened through the tracks, I pulled off that, and another one stuck out to me that I'm gonna play. I got towards the end is Tim or that's a good track too.
It's a good track, yeah.
So how'd you guys come together? How'd you guys meet, form up to start playing?
Yeah. So I started the band in about 2018. Needed a new bass player. My bass player was leaving, and Shanks had recommended to him by one of Shanks' friends recommended us to him. And he walked in the room, and we'd done a bunch of auditions, but Shanks just owned it, man. Like, he just walked in and nailed it, and it was we were just stoked, blown away by his abilities, And then Bowie, I was sitting outside the studio that we were using to finish off a couple of tracks, and the engineer just said, "Man, Bogey, you need a good drummer." And we both looked up, and Bowie was driving into the car park, and he just goes, "He's a good drummer." And I walked up to his car before he'd gotten out, tapped on his window, and I was like, "Hey, man, you want to ride?" And he was like, "Yeah, why not? Let's go." And that was it.
Hell yeah.
Not overly complicated. But,
all good bands have that some kind of little story when they how they formed up, man.
Yeah.
That's nice. So Shanks, playing bass, what are some of your influences growing up as a bass player?
I really I've got a bit of a varied musical influence when I grew up. Like, I'm into Queen, I'm into Prince, I like Phil Collins, all sorts of it's a broad thing. But I really, really dug deep into music basically in the 90s, but maybe a bit like yourself when grunge hit. That really flicked a switch. So, I was Pearl Jam, so Jeff Ament, Stone Temple Pilots, Robert DeLeo. He's amazing as far as bass players go. He's incredible. He doesn't get enough credit. Alice in Chains, Mike Inez, the guys like that. Just, I'm not flashy and complicated. I just like to get in and put that groove in and thicken things up and just do what needs to be done,
That's what I was about to say. It sounds like you like that bluesy, grimy groove.
Yeah, I don't mind a little bit of that. Like, dudes, like this incredible stuff. I was talking about him yesterday, and I still can't remember his name. I should look him up. But the bass player from Duran Duran, like, he's got to be one of the best in the world. He's incredible. Nick,
a lot of bass players I talk to, the bass players are usually like the hip hop or the R&B fans of the whole group. Usually, either the bassist or the drummer. So, what about you, Matt? What are some of your influences?
Man, I grew up on like AC/DC and Zeppelin and that sort of gear, and until the kind of back end of the 80s, where I found like Skid Row and Gunners and Metallica earlier on.
Yeah.
But for me, like, I like all that thrash, the not quite heavy metal, but thrash metal for sure,
Yeah.
Bullet for My Valentine is one of my favorite bands, man. They just slay, But then in the middle there, like, once again with you guys, the 90s stuff, really set me alight. But it was kind of what that rolled into was, you know, I sort of went from Alice in Chains into like 3 Days Grace and that kind of place, you know, and that's the gear I kind of like, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah. And if you're open to music, it's gonna you'll open your minds to keep going into newer stuff. Some people just stay closed and don't even bring it in. It's like, man, you're missing out on some good music.
Yeah, well, look, I'm an Iron Maiden fan, you know, British Invasion sort of stuff, you know, a bit of UFO, a bit of all sorts of stuff. So, you know, it's heavier stuff I'm into. But dude, I'll sit through a Lady Antebellum or a Lady A record, you know.
Oh yeah,
I'll sit through, you know, some Kenny G. I'll sit through a whole heap of stuff. So it's not, I don't find that stuff influences me, but, you know, I've kind of got a wide net, I suppose, that I sort of throw for musical influence, yeah, or musical interest.
yeah. I'm sure we're probably all close to the same age. I was telling the band Tuesday, it was Michael Jackson until Guns N' Roses come along, and then Guns N' Roses took me out of Michael Jackson all the way, and then it was rock and roll from there on. And the '80s
Dude,
rock, and then
I had the Michael Jackson's Bad, you know, single on 45 that I got for Christmas one year. You know, it's totally cool. You know.
I remember dancing around in my room as a kid to the Thriller album.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've got the action figure from '80s when he actually did the moonwalk. I've got it still in the
Oh,
package.
really cool.
My kids' mom, my kids' grandma gave it to me. She's had it in the package since then.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
Hang on to
it's in
that
my
one,
little
Jimmy.
collection of toys. So, what you guys got coming up? What are you guys working on currently? Just dropping new singles or just promoting what you have right now?
Yeah, so we're promoting the stuff that we've previously released from the album through this Dark album. We did another single just after that called "Start Over," which I think you're going to play a little later on.
Yep.
But we're just running demos right now for some new studio stuff, and that's a good process. Shanks mentioned to us, you know, we were just about to do a show, and he's like, "Oh, hey man, you know, this is what, 2 months ago. Hey, can I show you some songs that I've written?" And he brought in this, you know, you mentioned the dirty, sludgy, grimy, you know, sort of stuff that he's into. Well, he dropped this really heavy song on us, you know, that had almost come off a Jerry Cantrell album or a Chains album. And we were just like, yes, let's do that. So we're putting a couple of other songs with it, and we're nicking into the studio, starting recording on the 2nd of March. So it's going to be good. Get some fresh stuff out there, you know.
Yeah, I usually ask what bands' writing process is. I mean, you guys vary, or does, you know, everybody write, or you got somebody bring something to the table and you build off that?
To date, I've written everything, but these new recordings, I think we're going to have 6, 7, 8 songs there, depending on what doesn't hit the cutting room floor. But Shanks has brought 2 of those in, and it's been, you know, a really good injection of versatility, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, stoked.
That's awesome. So
we're running this track at the moment, which we just can't play enough of, and Shanks wrote it and brought it as a complete song, and we, you know, it's a killer track. So looking forward to getting it out.
When you say you come in with that sludgy bass line, it automatically popped in my head. Also, like Down or Crowbar. That New Orleans sludgy stoner metal.
Rex can do it, doesn't he?
Yeah. But so what? When did you find your passion for songwriting and shit?
So me, man, I don't know. I write about my life, about the things that go on around me. Sometimes songs fall out of me. Sometimes they take a lot of time to build, but essentially just out of life experience, you know. I just dig into my guitar. I mean, I'm a guitar player, so I'm always playing guitar. I'm always looking for new things, and when a hook comes out, and then there's an idea, you know, a song may or may not fall out, and you know, I guess that's how I go about it. And the cool thing about us is we don't need to write a song that sounds like us, so I just write whatever comes out, you know. And that's really freeing, I think, you know.
it ends up
Right.
sounding like us, obviously, because we're doing it. But yeah,
Yeah,
you just
but
put
you know, we
ideas
don't
out. And, yeah.
we don't have to write, you know, 10 heavy songs. We can write it, you know, if it's an acoustic song, or you know, if it's a ballad or whatever, you know, or if it is something heavy, we're not confined to what we do by genre or whatever. We sort of feel some open freedom into doing whatever we want to do, really. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's that makes the best music when you don't put it in a box. You just let it be open to be music, to be form into what it's going to be.
Yeah.
I guess that's probably one of the things that make Mike Patton one of my favorite artists, just because he's does music whether people like it or not. He does it because that's the music he wants to do. That's his outlet.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got a pretty big library that he can draw from. Yeah. He's, you know, he does all sorts of stuff.
So I'm getting comments here on the live stream. Somehow it's from my page, my Under the Ground page, which is, I don't know who's asking questions from that page. And it said ask who the Alice in Chains song is. Now this is, well, that's on Twitch. I don't. Let's see. I'll put it on here. Let's get on. It should pop up on the bottom screen. There we go. What is your favorite Alice in Chains song?
I would say Wood.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's probably one of the first tracks I got into Alice on, is Wood, actually. Oh, hang on. Sorry, I'm muted. Oh, not
That
muted.
answers your question. Yeah, he can speak.
Yeah, I've been speaking.
Whoever's on my page, damn it. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
I
I
don't know
have
if
to
I can
check
pin
into
down a
that.
favorite track though.
Like I like
God.
Sick Man, like everything off Dirt. Dirt just transformed my life.
Down
I
in a
just
Hole,
love yeah.
and,
Down in a Hole.
there's so many good tracks, man.
I'd have to say Don't Follow if I have to go with one.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
nice
okay.
one. I like how that switches. You know, it's a very cool track.
That Joe Jar of Flies album is just, it's like a little, almost like a concept. It's decent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
wasn't
they're
sure
a
what was
great
going to
band.
happen when, obviously after Lane passed. It's, you know, he's a pretty big part of the band and the sound, and it's, you kind of think that's about it. But then Will came along, and that album they dropped. What was that?
Black Gives Way to Blue.
Yeah, Black is Way Blue. Yeah, William
yeah.
Duvall did a great job.
Yeah, just incredible. I love it. So I don't think I skipped a beat.
I never got to see Alice in Chains with Lane, but I seen Jerry down in Louisville because I'm from Indianapolis, and I seen him. Like it was 2 years later when he dropped Boggy Depot,
Yeah.
and then that's
okay.
when I realized that Jerry's kind of Alice in Chains. I mean, Lane had the persona and the charisma and, you know, that spooky voice, but Jerry could do it all by himself. I mean, I was like, damn.
Yeah. Well, Will did that tour with him, didn't he? If
Yeah,
I
he's
remember
still. I mean,
rightly.
he's been touring with him for a while now. I think they
Yeah, yeah.
hit the road about every summer. And just released the album.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys want to tell a little bit more about Starting Over, and we'll get in and play that.
Yeah, Start Over was a song that we did with Ashley Bean, who was we were on a record label together, and you know we were doing a song, and we thought we'd do a collab and get a female vocal on it. And actually, I've got to pay credit to my wife, who's also a wonderful singer. She did the pre-choruses and some other backing vocals in that track, and it's just a really cool concept song to get us back into the studio. We'd found a new drummer, and we just wanted to do something fresh, something that would it came after Through This Dark, but it was still very much in the release times of it, and just about starting over, man. Yeah.
So
I guess suffering the loss of a member or a breakup or something, and then starting over. Yeah.
So is all you guys' tracks? Is all your production and your studio time at the same? You record at the same spot, or?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Studio Blues in Windsor.
The
Everything
production
is
is awesome, excellent on every track I listened to. The production was top notch.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, Dave, who we work with at Studio Blues, he's engineer come producer, and he, we worked really closely with him on Through This Dark and the stuff since. He's really helped us, I think, develop our sound.
Yeah, see, and a lot of artists don't realize like how important that production is. Like having just that little extra element, that extra ear, that genius on your corner, you know, to
Yeah,
take your music
Yeah.
from that level to the next level.
he's an incredible musician in his own right, obviously, which
Totally.
helps, you know. So,
All right. Well, this is
you mentioned TIM, so Tim. The song
Yep.
is written about a guy, Tim, who was a friend of mine that died. But the song, the TIM, stands for To Immortalize a Man. The bridge section of that song, you know, there's a lot of doing in that. You know, there's a lot of heartbeat. There's sort of, you know, some sirens, some ambulance, some voiceover, yada yada. And without Dave and without his production value, that bridge section of that song would never have come to. So, you know, yeah, he's a big important part of the end product for us. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds good. Like I made it. I probably listened to almost the whole Through the Darkness album and then the couple singles. But yeah, every track it stood out with the production.
Yeah, good.
So we'll go to
Yeah.
we'll go to Starting Over right now. We'll get that playing. Let's see, Starting Over or Start Over?
start over.
What's it?
Start
Over.
Over.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Yeah. That's a killer track too.
Yeah.
So in my investigation here, I guess I ain't used to the chat update. It just says my name because of one of my pages. I don't.
Oh,
It's just
right,
I guess
right.
somebody on Twitch talking shit.
Oh, you thought you okay? You thought they were on your page, right? In your page. Yeah.
Yeah, because under my name, I thought somebody was like logged into my shit,
Right, right.
talking trash. Hey, we at least they're watching. If they're
Yeah, cool.
If they're watching,
yeah. So yeah, it's a good track too, man. I haven't heard a bad track. Like JT says, fan. JT's a amazing songwriter and a great musician himself.
Yeah. Okay.
So what's you guys got any upcoming shows or anything coming up on it as far as that?
Yeah, we're doing a couple of regional shows just here in New South Wales in Australia. We're going out to Orange next weekend, which is always a really good response for us. It's a little country town, a big country town, about 4 hours west of Sydney. So we're going to go out and beat the hell out of that town and light it up, man. Get on with that, and then we're back. We're back in Sydney for a couple of shows after that. Yeah.
Have you guys ever did anything in the States?
Not yet, but we do have plans.
Yeah, we have plans.
So
Nice.
keep an eye on that. We're working with Curtain Call to get us over there.
Man, if you guys should get that Dead Empire from New Zealand is what Current Call, man. Those guys are great, and I think they're a little
They're
bit
coming
more
over to see
heavier.
you guys in March.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys should hop on something together. I think your guys' music will mesh well, like as far as fans, because they're heavy, but they got the singers real melodic and shit. So.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, we just.
I didn't know they
kinda
was coming over. I'm
connected
to
with those-
look into that.
We just kind of
Okay.
connected with those guys, but yeah, I think they'd already organised this trip, so
Yeah.
So we'll have to do something down the track. But yeah, that'd be a cool idea.
Yeah, I have to contact the other Matt, the Matt from New Zealand, not the Matt from Australia.
Nice.
Two Matts make a right. So why
Right. Shoot. So where's Simple Stone come from? Where's that name? How'd you gather that up?
Dude, I was lying on my bed, and I always just liked the word stone, in a band title, and I got sick of trying to put a word on the front of it, and I was just like, oh, well, just Simple Stone, that'll do, Probably not the flash and pan great idea that you were hoping for me to describe, but it was nice and simple, It's
No, usually that's how they come about, the best ones. I mean, the thought out ones are the ones that flop. The ones that you think too much on. That's when you drop it.
They must have been all the other band names that I thought of that were really clever but didn't work as band names. They just flopped. Yeah.
There's not many layers to this name, so it's not a sedimentary rock.
So
I've had it asked of me, was it a stoner incident? Were you just really stoned? And I was like, no, I was very, very lucid at the time, But it's just simple stone, simple rock, simple music. We just get out, do what we do, get it heavy, and it just kind of fitted. The name just fit. So
yeah, I dig it because, like I said, it's heavy and it's I'm a songwriter and vocalist too, so that's the first thing I'm
cool.
shooting for when I listen to something is the vocals. I mean, and that's what stood out to me. That's why I heard Ed and I was like, all right, I can dig this, man.
Yeah, okay. Man, it took me a while to kind of reconcile that I was okay with it, because I always wanted to sing, I guess the eventuation of what was, Chester Bennington, that whole full screaming going on, but it just didn't work for me. So I was actually breathing in the album Dogman by King's X, and it just gave me a confidence to just sound the way I sound, and with live as well, and I just go about doing what I do. So it works. It's all good.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know about King's X. That's a hidden treasure right there too.
Yeah, dude, that
Look,
Dogman album is sick.
I had a tattooist that he was. I mean, I learned everything about him from him. I go in there and sit for hours to get tattoos, and that's all he played. He had the whole catalog, the DVDs, the VHSs, and we just 12 hours of King's X, which I wasn't complaining. I'm a music fan all the way around, so I tell you, I soaked it in.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that album, that Dogman album, they did with Brendan O'Brien, and it was just, dude, it was just sick. It just bangs, man. So it hit me and resonated.
Brendan
straight
O'Brien
away.
does good work too, and yeah.
He does, yeah.
So let's talk about, because I've kept you guys for a little bit already. Let's get into Rockin' the Free World, the Neil Young fucking track. I just got to see Neil Young for the first time the summer before last. It was a bucket list thing knocked off. So what made you guys do that? Is that something you guys was you guys a fan of that song, or just?
Well, I was, yeah. Oh, I am, But we were on our way home. We'd been out on tour, and we're doing a couple of regional shows. And we were coming home, and it was just like, hey, what do you want to do? And we always incorporate into the back end of one of our older songs called Careless. It really lends itself open to going into the chorus of Rockin' in the Free World. So we would always kind of throw that into the back end of that song to kind of familiarize the audience with something, so that it gives them something to sing along to that they already know. Yeah. So we're on our way home, and we're just thinking, we want to do a cover, and we want to get into the studio and just do a song together. And we threw about a whole pile of them, but we just kept coming back to Rockin' in the Free World. We've done a bunch of covers. We've done a bunch of covers that weren't really rock songs that we turned on their heads, but this one was just a straight up 4 on the floor rock song. We were familiar with it, and so we just bit it off and did it. Did it our way.
Yeah, it sounds good. I couldn't upload the whole video to this this software because it was bigger in my files, but I was able to do the little promo, the little video that you guys had on your so I'll put that on, and then we'll after that we'll go into the song.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Did it move on your guys' end? Because it froze on mine.
No,
that was moving. Yeah, it was good.
All right, cool. Perfect. Yeah,
it's funny.
I like you guys' version of it, the way you did it.
Yeah, nice. We were actually, funny thing about that song, I don't know if you've noticed, but in the outro solo, Bowie kicks into a triplet. So it's like with his kick drum pattern. So rather than it just being a straight chug, I was like, dude, are you playing a triplet there, man? He's like, yeah, or a bit of a gallop. So we changed the back end of the structure of the song, and it was, it's very, Metallica's sort of Four Horsemen is very, early, or 80s thrash to do a gallop, and it was good, And so I guess that's how you make things your own,
Yeah, you put you sprinkle a little touch on it. I mean, you don't want to take too much away from the original song because, it's just, you're doing that song for a reason. That song's either really obscure and you love it, or really iconic and you love it, but you don't want to just make it yours.
Yeah. Same with the chord progression in the chorus. It goes, keep on rocking in the free world, but it goes, dun dun dun. It's kind of the last 3 running choruses, running chords. We actually put a 4th one in, so it was dun 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 dun. Just to kind of heavy it up a little bit, and it sort of, let that bottom end really roar at us, and so we left it in there on the studio recording from kind of the way we adapted to do it live. And I guess, it was just kind of little bits of us that we threw in,
Yeah,
make it ours,
I'll play it now and let everybody hear it. And everything, the video is on YouTube, and you guys, you're on all the streaming services, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
You can find this everywhere. Everywhere you can hear music. This is a Simple Stone doing Rockin' in the Free World.
Red, white, and blue. People shuffling their feet.
Yeah, I heard those triplets now. I wasn't paying attention the first time enough, I guess, towards the end of it. Yeah, that was somebody on Twitch, I guess, that just had nothing better to do than talk shit.
World's full of them.
Usually I don't have much issues with anybody on Twitch.
I
Um,
can't see it. It's obviously some bad
You're,
press,
you're
is
not
it?
missing anything. No, you're not missing anything. It's people being dickheads.
Oh,
All right, so those last part, I'll kind of give you guys the floor to like give out your socials, let everybody drop whatever you need to want to drop, and just say whatever you want to say that you haven't said.
go on, Shanks.
Oh,
Give it to us.
wow. Okay. Yeah. So obviously we've got a bunch of videos up on our YouTube channel, Simple Stone. All of our music is out on all the streaming services, all the usual suspects. Spotify, Amazon, Apple, Deezer, Pandora, all that stuff. We've got a website which I think is just simplestone.com. Is it .au?
Simplestoneband.com. Yeah.
Simplestoneband.com. All right, cool. You can email us at simplestoneband@gmail.com if you want to flood us with inappropriate pictures. That's cool. Yeah, we've got a couple of shows coming up here in Australia, so that doesn't help you guys over in the States. But we do have plans to come over hopefully this year, later on in the year. So we'll keep you guys updated when we know what's going on there. But
I would say if you're looking for anything Simple Stone related, Simple Stone into the search engine, bang, hit enter,
it should come
done.
up. Yeah,
It'll all just come up in front of you.
You'll see
Get
us
on it,
looking-
show us
see
some
us looking
love,
silly.
give us some likes. You're awesome.
Yeah, I got Simple Stone Band at on the screen, so they can
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah.
if they see it there, they should be able to get it from there, anyways.
Yeah. We're on
Yeah.
Instagram. We throw up stuff in there. We're all over the place. We even drop stuff on TikTok occasionally.
Yeah, that's not a bad platform for little short form stuff.
Yeah.
Which speaking of that made me think. What do you guys think about? Are you guys into just releasing the singles, or do you like the full on albums, or what? How do you feel about that little changeover?
Yeah,
This is a very divided
we're-
opinion, my man.
We're split on that. Matt's a bit more old school, and that's kind of the approach we took with Through This Dark. But he is, I think he's sliding a bit more in my direction now with just the way that content is. People take it in, and there's just so much of it that I think you can lose a lot of stuff. You can lose a lot of signal if you drop too much at once, So I think you get a lot more mileage. If you throw a single out, give it a bit of press, give a promo, try and get some traction, then drop another one, and then you can sort of release it all as a collection at the end of that. I think you get a year out of an album. Like I'm biased, obviously, but I feel like Through This Dark was just an album of singles. I like every track on it. I don't think there's any filler in there at all.
Yep.
But, as I said, I'm biased, so I would have been happy dropping one of those tracks every few months for a year.
Yeah, I
Then
ran
I
a
guess
record
from a
store for
writing
15
perspective-
years.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, right.
I ran a record store for 15 years, and when I first come into this podcast, I wasn't about the single thing whatsoever, because I still buy vinyl, I still buy CDs, I still, but the more I talk to bands and look at it, I'm on kind of leaning your way too. You got a whole year to promote, and and if there is a filler, the band, somebody's not going to listen to it. They're going to know, hey, I don't like that song very much, but because the kids nowadays, like my kids will like a song, and I'll say, well, have you heard this? Well, no, they won't. They don't check out other songs. They just want to hear that song they like.
Yeah. See, I'm a journeyman. I love the journey of an album. I like the artwork. I like the whole,
Yes.
thing about it. I also like the fact that when you drop an album, you've got time to then let those songs marinate. And if there's a single that kind of pops out just due to the fact that it's being listened to, then we can release that as a single. The whole, righto, Matt, you got to write a single every 3 months for the next 2 years, right? And they have to be bangers. Yeah, that's a stressful kind of environment, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot of heavy lifting from a songwriting's perspective. Everything you write for the next couple of years has to be gold, And I find that pretty intimidating. So,
Yeah,
I
it's
like
got
the
those
album
ends.
process.
So
Like
what are you guys'
trash? So.
right? What are you guys' views on all the new AI stuff and AI tools and all this stuff that's coming in quick?
Well, I tell you what, I've found it helpful with my writing process because I'm going through a period at the moment where I've had some stuff just kind of falling out of me, and because I'm not a multi instrumentalist, I pretty much just play bass, and I can't pull off a lead vocal that well. But if I can structure a song, get some lyrics, put riffs down, and get like an AI tool to build that out, so I can throw a demo to the guys and go, "This is my vision. This is my idea for a track,"
Yep.
and then we work from there. So in that aspect, I think it's really
I think
people out
we've
there that are
lost you.
throwing out AI versions of other artists, and it's indistinguishable. And I don't know about that sort of thing. Maybe that's
Yeah.
where live performances come back.
Definitely. And like basically what you said, if it's used as a tool, I mean, it's going to make the creative more creative.
Yeah.
And the real will weed out the fake. I mean, people know what's real and where the feeling's coming from and what's generated.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been feeding us that for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I started this podcast, I just happened to stumble on a YouTube preview for one of the AI film things, and I started researching heavy because being a writer, songwriter, I've always thought of movie ideas and stuff, but never thought I had any outlet to even get to that. So those just came and went, and man, I have scripts wrote now, and I've been making my videos on this text to image, and now I got like about 15 AI rock bands, so AI bands. So I might be an AI rock star one day.
Wow. Okay.
But
Yeah,
no,
from the video
Go ahead.
perspective, it's crazy, man. Because when you're putting together music videos, so I've been diving a little bit into that rabbit hole with text to video and stuff, and it's getting crazy, and it's not going to be too long down the track where you're just going to throw in a song concept, maybe throw in the lyrics to the track, and it's going to pump out a video.
In the
Something
last
that
9
weeks
months
to put
that
together, it's going to take minutes.
in the last 9 months, it has jumped so much. I like it. It's crazy. I've researched it all the way around because I got my right leg amputated last
Nice.
January. So I had a lot of time to sit here and just research shit.
Fair enough.
But
Yeah, wow.
and I enjoy doing that anyway. But it's neat. It's got its scary points. It's ups and downs, just like everything. If anything bad happens with it, it's going to be because of humanity, not because of it. It's because we're going to do it to ourselves.
Oh, we're gonna
But-
do it. Yeah.
One thing, the Google has this notebook LM, and once I started doing it, I used to throw my notes in it, all my notes, and generate it. And now I've did it a couple times for the artist. I'm gonna play it. It comes up. It generates its own podcast. So I
Really?
threw all your guys' notes in there, and we'll listen to the AI's podcast about you guys.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's Notebook LM. It's free. It's a free app, man. It's a tremendous thing, and it's very good for PowerPoints and anything you want to do with it.
Cool. I'll check it out.
Wow.
I got a ton of notebooks on here. All right, it looks like it's going to take a second to load since I had the page closed. I'll go ahead and I'm going to play Without You while we're waiting here, because that's another one that's one of the first ones I listened to off that album.
Oh, yeah, cool. Without. Good
It's one of
song.
my faves, actually.
Yeah, we'll play that, and then we'll get into this part after that. If you guys,
Cool.
you ain't on time limit, are you?
No, I'm okay, man. I'm good.
Okay. Yeah.
If I could see through this dark, if I could find my way home, would I still fear this dark? Would I still be without?
Sorry about that. My crowd just told me we had dead air there for a minute. Yeah, that's the track where I first noticed that I got the Ed feeling. I was like, okay, I see it.
Yeah,
Where-
okay.
That's
There's
a
a real
killer track.
point. There's a real point on that vocal that we deliberately left in. You know, you could roll a bit of, you know, that point out in production, but it was something that we deliberately left in to kind of give it a bit of an edge and just really let the, you know, that nasally part of my vocal just hang out. And you know, it was, yeah, it's a bit
that-
scary sometimes, but it's all good.
Is that song about anything in particular? Got anything in special meaning to it or anything?
Yeah, it was about we were utilizing a manager that wasn't good to us, and it was about the kind of, if we step outside of that, what am I gonna find? You know,
Nice.
you know, the bridge in there. You know, where were you, my friend? You know, out walking with my foes. You know, so it was kind of addressing a situation, but then very broad strokingly. You know, kind of, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna find? You know, am I gonna find what I'm looking for? You know, or am I gonna be without? You know,
Right.
so yeah.
Nice. That's the one of the things I love most about music is that could be interpreted by anybody, like any way they want to interpret. You know, I mean, a relationship or anything. You know, that's
Yeah.
great. I'm glad I asked that.
Yeah, cool.
So I'm gonna play this. It's about 15 minutes long. We'll see if we make it through. But it's pretty interesting. I listened to it earlier. Got some of my information from it.
Okay.
This is the LM.
This
vocal
is the
thing.
AI thing.
Yep.
Cool.
Right. Welcome in, everyone, to our deep dive on Simple Stone. I'm excited for this one. We've got such a cool mix of stuff to look at: logos and some of their music, posters from their recent tour, even their drum heads. We're really getting a full picture of the band here, from their image to their music. So, ready to get started?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's really interesting to see how much a band reveals about themselves, even without saying a word, just through these materials.
Right. So, let's start with the basics. Who are Simple Stone? I know you've got some background on them.
Yeah, so they're a three-piece heavy rock band from Sydney, Australia. So guitar, bass, and drums, classic lineup. Known for pretty intense live shows and, I'm quoting here, compelling music.
They've been making their way up, coming straight out of the Sydney pub scene, which, let me tell you, is no easy feat.
Oh, absolutely.
And they just wrapped up a tour in Japan, which is huge for a band their size. Shows some serious dedication.
Yeah, they must have something special going on to get that far. Must be connecting with a pretty diverse audience, too.
For sure. Okay, let's put some names to the music. We've got Matt Pogue. He's on guitar and vocals. Then there's Armitage Shanks on bass and Alex Bowman, or Bowie as he's known, on drums.
Oh, that classic three-piece setup often gives you that raw energy you're looking for.
I think that's definitely part of their appeal. Okay, so now that we've got their background down, let's look at their image. What can you tell me about Simple Stone's visual branding? You know, the vibe they're putting out there.
Well, their name is Simple Stone, but their logos are anything but. They've got this really stylized S, it's in a circle, and a lot of them have wings, almost like a coat of arms or something.
Yeah, and they use a variety of colors too, black and white, some red, some of them have that like distressed look, and all these different textures. That's a lot more variety than you'd expect.
It is. I mean, it shows they're not afraid to experiment, right? They're adapting their look for different platforms and audiences, and it definitely makes a statement. Even their drum head is branded.
Whoa, that's bold. Putting their brand front and center like that. What do you think they're going for with this, like, in your face kind of branding?
Well, visual branding in music, it's all about creating a certain image, a feeling, an experience that goes beyond just the music itself. Especially in heavy rock, it's about having a strong identity and, well, connecting with fans on a visual level too, not just the music.
I like that, an experience beyond the music. And speaking of music, their new single is a cover of Neil Young's classic Rockin' in the Free World. Pretty bold move, covering such a well-known song. What do you think?
Yeah, it can be a great way to introduce yourself to a wider audience, but you also risk, comparisons.
And you have to make it your own. Let's give it a listen.
All right.
Okay, so that was a snippet of Simple Stone's Rockin' in the Free World. I don't know about you, but there's no mistaking
We already
that
heard
hard
it.
rock sound. It's definitely theirs.
Totally. They've got their signature energy in there, those heavy riffs, but they're still staying true to the original song. It's a cool balance.
Yeah. And fun fact, the music video for the song was shot entirely on their Japan tour. It's all about that live performance energy. You really feel that connection with the fans.
I think it's really interesting they chose to film it in Japan, not just, visually it looks really cool, but it shows they've got that global reach and connection with fans abroad.
Smart move.
Eh.
Okay, I know we could probably spend this whole deep dive talking about just rocking in the free world, but we've got more to get to. We have snippets from some other songs, Ain't So Pretty, Light in the Sky, and Start Over. So let's dive into those and see what they tell us about Simple Stone. What stands out to you musically?
Well, there's some variety in their musical and lyrical themes, that's for sure. Start Over, it's pretty raw, seems to deal with relationship struggles. Then you've got Light in the Sky, completely different feeling, more introspective, searching for something, maybe meaning or purpose. And then there's this interesting heat motif that pops up in several of their songs.
You're right, that word heat appears a lot. It definitely adds another layer to things. What do you make of that, and how does it fit in with the bigger picture of their music?
Well, heat is a pretty potent image. Could be interpreted in a lot of ways. We'd need to look closer at the lyrics, see what heat represents for them. Is it passion, anger, a tough situation they're in? Or is it more metaphorical,
Maybe it ties into that Through This Dark tagline we see on their tour poster. We'll have to dig into the lyrics a bit and see if we can connect the dots. Seems like their music might be more complex than their name suggests.
I agree. It makes you wonder if they're playing with expectations a bit, like they're saying we might be called Simple Stone, but there's more to us than meets the eye.
That's a great point. It seems like there are layers here, and I'm ready to see what we uncover.
Me too. I'm especially interested to see how these themes connect to that tagline. It's like there's a story there waiting to be
I'll
told.
show you something.
Well,
You
let's
guys, something
unravel
really
it then.
wild.
Ready to dive
I
into
can
the
start-
lyrics.
Yeah, let's take a
Oh,
closer look.
hold on, while
Okay,
wait
so
till I
let's start
stop it.
with Start Over. You mentioned it seemed to be about relationship struggles, and yeah, the lyrics are intense. There's one line that really jumped out at me. It says, "A bad friend is all you are, and now this bitch is not the same."
Wow. Yeah, that's right. Well, feels like a reaction to betrayal, like really visceral.
It's
Makes
not
you wonder
bitch,
what
it's
went down,
picture.
what happened.
Yeah, you can really feel the anger and frustration, even in the music, like a real sense of urgency.
Yeah, and the music builds that up too,
Yeah.
fast-paced drums, those
That's
driving
what I
guitar
was going
riffs.
to show.
It's
I
like
could
they're
ask
taking
it
that
questions on the
pain and
interactive
turning it
mode,
into
but
something
I forgot it
powerful.
starts it all the way at the
Now,
beginning.
Light in the
But I
Sky,
can stop it and ask
totally
questions.
different vibe. It's way more introspective, almost melancholic, like they're searching for something.
I agree. It's got that longing, that uncertainty. That there's this one line that really captures it. Oh, for the light in the sky, I search for a reason why I'm alive.
Yeah, I get chills, man. So vulnerable, honest. Makes
Yeah.
you think about those times when you question everything, like searching for meaning in the dark.
Well,
It's relatable, yeah. Like we've all felt lost, looking for something to guide us. And that
Yeah,
metaphor,
JT's
light
AI.
for
It's
hope or
Google's
guidance,
Notebook
it's
LM.
powerful.
Totally. It brings us back to Through This Dark, that tagline. What if Light in the Sky is about finding that light, even in the darkness?
Interesting connection. Maybe Through This Dark isn't just about going through something hard, but also about finding your way out, that hope.
Okay, so let's bring in the heat motif we talked about. We know it's in a few songs, so how does it connect to all this? Heartbreak, searching, finding light,
Well, if we think of heat as a metaphor,
Go ahead and I'll show you this part because we wasn't even halfway through it.
That's
There's a
wild.
lot of filler words on it.
dude, that is wild, isn't it?
It's nuts.
It's funny it's funny how they said this bitch is not the same. It's actually
Yeah.
this picture's not the same.
It must
Interesting.
have been from ripping it from the audio rather than
Yeah.
It was everything I put in there. Yeah, I put the audios in there. Everything it
This-
lets me
this
drop
bitch
in there, I
works,
just
so.
drop it in there.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Which it got me. I totally forgot to mention the Japanese tour. So you guys
Oh, yeah.
did tour Japan?
Yeah, man, we were there for 10 days just in September.
Yeah.
Nice. How was the response over there?
It was good.
It was awesome, man. We're gonna go back.
Hell yeah.
We were, we're in the middle of Tokyo, and people are walking up to us and saying, "Oh, you're Simple Stone," and they're pointing at their, their
Playlists.
Spotify playlists, showing us what they're listening to, and coming up and saying g'day. It was crazy. Like in a big city with 40 million people, and
That's
there's
awesome.
3 Muppets walking along with guitar cases, and they knew who we were. That's nuts. It blew my mind.
Music's so appreciated. I mean, even you guys over across seas is just so much more appreciated than it is here. I mean, on a whole nother level. You think you got your people that love music and stars here over everywhere else. It's just insane.
Yeah, right.
But
Yeah, well,
yeah, I was just,
we were just blown away by how we were received. The rooms looked good, right up until our final show in Kobe. It was just a good room, lots of energy, and they were chanting at us as we were playing. Like there was this hey, 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 hey coming back at us from the crowd, and it was loud enough for me to hear it on stage. I was like, man, that's just something different.
Yeah,
I'd
they're
never
not afraid
experienced
to
that
get up,
before.
get up close on the front too. It's really cool.
how
Yeah,
was the places you guys played, the venues, the clubs or whatever?
yeah, they were good. I think they were like 200 kind of cup rooms, and they were all the gear was good, the sound was great. We did
That's what I
like
was
a
gonna say.
full
The
half
gear,
an hour.
yeah, I was gonna say the technology and all that stuff. You have to be good. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah,
they've got the sound dialed in those rooms, man. The
yeah,
guys that
they
are
put a
running
lot of
sound
work into
know what
that.
they're doing.
Yeah. So we did a half an hour sound check like every day, and everything had to be right for them. They wanted us to play, as I say, for half an hour. So they wanted to get the dynamic of the set dialed in. They wanted to get the intensity of what we were doing dialed in, and we couldn't just fake it. It had to be a full delivery, and then obviously that translates back to when we do the real gig. It's up there. The sound was great. Everybody loved it. Yeah, it was something special, man.
yeah, that's awesome. That is. It's how far is that from you guys?
About a
It's
9 hour
about
flight.
9 hours in a plane. Yeah.
Oh, so it's still a good little travel. Huh?
Hmm.
Well, man, I really appreciate you guys taking the time to come on and everything.
Hey, no dramas, man.
No, thanks for having us.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
having us. Oh, we wanted
And
to wish.
I hope to see you guys in the States and everybody for jumping in and JT asking the questions and putting up with whoever the video game player was. It was mad. I appreciate everybody for watching and check out the video for Rocking in the Free World.
Do that. And its friends.
Yeah.
Yep, yeah,
Good on.
and subscribe too.
And say happy birthday to your mum for last week from us as well, man.
Thank you. Yeah, I seen you guys follow me. I had to follow you back. My pages got kind of messed up when I started this. It opened another page, so I got to figure out which page is which. I'm worse at the social media stuff. I'm trying to pay somebody to do all that, but nobody wants to do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys have a good
All right,
night.
you take care, Jimbo.
I'm gonna play Tim on the way out, or TIM, or
Yeah,
is
do
it?
that.
You guys just call it Tim, or is it?
Yeah, TIM.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just call it Tim. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna play that on the way out, and you guys take it easy. Have a good rest of your night.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, buddy. Take care, Jimbo. See you, bud.
Oh, and like I tell everybody, my Under the Ground page, put all your songs, videos, spam it. That's what it's there for. It's for artists to network.
Cool, man.
Cheers, man. Thank
Put your
you.
stuff on there.
See you, buddy.
Take it easy, guys.
Looking back, it's been so long. Time has passed us by and left us both alone.
again, it was Simple Stone that we talked to tonight. I want to thank them again for coming out. You guys, next Tuesday we have bands all next week. Follow my event page.